Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast, powered by Healthy Steps Nutrition Mentoring. Our mission is to help 1 million people take control of their health one step at a time to prevent and reverse chronic disease. I know that we can't do it alone at our HQ location, which is why we partner with gym owners and coaches teaching the Healthy Steps Nutrition framework. My name is Nicole Coyne. I'm the founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, home of HSN Mentoring. I am so excited about today's podcast episode. Number one, because I've run so many nutrition challenges and we're at the season this time of year that gym owners are thinking about running a nutrition challenge in the fall. And I want to help you save time and avoid the most common mistakes. In fact, I've made all of them over the past 20 years running nutrition challenges in gyms. So today we're going to talk about overview, what does this challenge look like, how to price it, how to get people signed up in big picture, and then we'll talk about some details and some of the most commonly asked questions. All right, let's dive in. So big picture, nutrition challenge. Maybe you have run nutrition challenges in the past because you know that people need help addressing their nutrition so that they can see the results outside of the gym. Maybe you even have members asking you. Maybe you've run a nutrition challenge in the past, people saw some good results, but what happened was people would see the good results and then they would fall back into old habits. Life would happen, they would get distracted, and they didn't have that accountability and support to see really good results. So then they're just asking you for another challenge. I say this because this is exactly what happened when I started running nutrition challenges. And I made all of the common mistakes. So when we think about running a nutrition challenge or positioning a nutrition challenge, we want to position it as a kickstart to someone's journey to health, being able to offer them an ongoing coaching program to support them on their journey after the challenge is over. Because the truth is, most people, all people, are not going to reach their long-term goals in 28 days. They're going to need your guidance. They're going to need your individualized support to be able to help them continue with the solid foundation that they built in the challenge. I run a CrossFit gym. We own a CrossFit gym, and when new people come in to our CrossFit gym, when they've never done CrossFit before, the first thing that we do is we have them do an on-ramp program, foundations program, working with them one-on-one, teaching them the fundamental movements of CrossFit. After they finish that, then they will go into our classes. We talk to them about the foundations program being the start, and then the graduation is moving into our classes. We need to position the challenge the same way. This is the kickstart to your journey to health, and we want to be able to continue to support you after the challenge is over so that you can truly make that meaningful change and reach that long-term goal. Because we know we can only achieve so much during 28 days. So that's how we're going to position the challenge. Now, I did mention the challenge 28 days. When I started nutrition challenges, we were doing challenges that were way too long. And the problem is people were super excited at the beginning, and then they would slowly start falling off. And if our goal is to get people to finish the challenge really engaged and excited so they want to continue with ongoing individual coaching after the challenge is over, we needed it to be long enough for them to see some good results and short enough to them be super engaged at the end. So from 90-day challenges when we started to 6-week challenges to 28 days is really where we landed on in a gym setting. So I'd strongly encourage you to do a 28-day nutrition and health-based challenge in your gym, and then have the path be the next step is to continue to work with you with ongoing coaching for a membership where it includes accountability and support for your nutrition coaching program. So 28 days, we've got that. Now the next question is, when do we run a fall nutrition challenge? Now, this is the same question that we get asked. There's two really good times to run nutrition challenges. One is in the beginning of the year and one is in the fall. And we recommend doing it around the kids' school schedule. Typically a start date 3 weeks after kids go back to school. So for a fall nutrition challenge, if your kids are going back to school the middle towards the end of August, we would want to start that nutrition challenge 3 weeks after that point. Now, we know that Labor Day is September 1st. So if kids are starting school back early in August, I'd recommend that you start your nutrition challenge September 8th. Most gyms that are partnered with HSN and that are using our challenge intensive, our standalone training, giving you everything you need to plan, launch, and execute a nutrition challenge, are launching nutrition challenges either September 15th or 22nd. The typical start date, we recommend a start date on a Monday. So look at when kids go back to school in your area. You would want 3 weeks after that. And the reason is if we want people to be super engaged, we know that parents during the summer are traveling and there's a lot of distractions with kids being home. We want them to get kids back into school, have a week to settle, and then as part of the challenge, you're going to meet with every person individually in person before the actual start date and the kickoff seminar. So, if our start date is, let me look at my calendar here. If our start date is September 22nd, the week leading up to that, so September 15th to September 19th, we're going to be having individual meetings, 20-minute meetings with everyone individually to set their goals, test their biometrics, talk to them about their long-term and short-term goals. If you're a part of the HSN mentoring family or you signed up for the challenge intensive, we have a meeting template for this. You want a meeting template for this so it's streamlined and flows. Otherwise, your 20-minute meeting will be 40 minutes and it will be a lot of wasted time for you. So, meeting with everyone individually before the challenge is over, and then we're going to meet with them at the end. So, that start date would be the 22nd. So, that is, again, the most popular start date, the 15th or the 22nd. I wouldn't start a challenge too much before that. And the later you go, you could start one at the beginning of October. I would strongly encourage you to have this thing wrapped up before Halloween. So, if we're looking at our calendar, Halloween is on Friday. You would want to have this thing wrapped up by October 24th so you can meet with everyone before Halloween. That would mean you would be starting your nutrition challenge September 29th. So, if we have our start date, hopefully you're thinking, okay, when am I going to start my nutrition challenge? When do we start marketing this thing? Well, you would want to start marketing it 6 weeks out from the start date. So that's when we're starting to put out information on social media, email, talking to members about our nutrition challenge and having informal conversations. Now, we run a event every single year called the Gym Accelerator Summit. And this year in April 2025, we hosted it in Nashville, and one of the main keynotes that we did was on informal conversations. And let me just give you an example here. Maybe you have a member that has told you in the past or even this week, man, I'm really struggling to see the results, or I don't feel like I'm gaining muscle. I haven't hit a PR. These workouts are so hard for me. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, but they're coming consistently to the gym. And in your mind, you're like, I know what you're doing wrong. We haven't really addressed the other 23 hours of the day. And if we were to do that, addressing your nutrition, your sleep, your stress management, you would start feeling better. You would start gaining the muscle that you're working really hard for in the gym. Now, I would love for you to take a pause right now on this podcast, on this YouTube channel, wherever you're watching this thing, and write down names of people who have said something like that to you. I'm struggling to see the results. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling sluggish. I know that I need to dial in my nutrition. I'm not building muscle. These workouts are so hard. I'm really having trouble sleeping. I'm really stressed right now. Any of those conversations, anytime I ask a gym owner that, we host live trainings regularly with HSN Mentoring. And yesterday I hosted one. And I said, when do people say that? And every single person that was on that live training, over 40 people in the chat said, it happens every single class. And if we listen for those things, those are doors that are opening for you to say, hey, Susie, I hear you. I know that you're working really hard in the gym, and I can hear that that is frustrating for you not to be able to see the results that you're looking for. I have a feeling that if we were able to look at the other 23 hours of the day, if we're able to address the stress management, the sleep, the nutrition, all of these things are vital in order for you to have the energy, for you to build the muscle, for you to recover, for you to see the results that you're looking for. Now, from there, you're going to go to, if we're running a challenge, Susie, the nutrition challenge is coming up. This would be a great time for you to kickstart your journey to health. Work with one of our coaches and have this group support. You love CrossFit, you love our group classes. This would be a great way for you to join the group that's starting to address the other 23 hours of the day. Have you considered joining our nutrition challenge? No? Well, now's the time to join. We only have 20 spots left. All you need to do is write your name on this board and then we'll get you signed up and we can help you. Simple and super effective. It is so much more effective talking one on one to people when they open the door and say a problem that they have. They're saying it, they're looking for a solution, and you have the solution if you have a solid nutrition and health based coaching program. And a nutrition challenge is a great way to kickstart those people's journey to health. So, I want you to think about 5 people that have said those things and write those names down. Those are going to be people that you have conversations with. Hey, Susie, you know what? You mentioned last week, blah, blah, blah. And we have this upcoming nutrition challenge. I don't know why I didn't say anything to you last week about it, but this would be a really great opportunity for you to address the other 23 hours of the day so that we can look at your nutrition, like things like getting enough protein in so that you build the muscle you're working really hard for in the gym so you can start seeing the PRs that you're wanting to see, and addressing your sleep because we need sleep to be able to repair and build muscle. And also our cortisol levels, our stress hormone goes up when we're not getting quality sleep. So this challenge is really to be the holistic view to help you really become the best and healthiest version of yourself. I'd love you to join us. Those one-on-one conversations are magical. At Gas, we had everyone practice and it was so much fun and people tripled their nutrition program clients over the past 3 months since that event because of informal conversations. I asked for all of our gym owners who are there to give us some feedback. I'm like, hey, 3 month check-in, how are things going since the event? And every single one of them, we've upped our informal conversations and we've doubled to triple our nutrition clients. Simple and super effective. It can't just be you as the gym owner. If you're a gym owner listening to this, it has to be all of your coaches. So maybe you rewind this podcast to that section where I just role played the informal conversation and you replicate that in your next staff meeting. And if we're running a nutrition challenge, we want them to be really clear. Here's the next steps for the nutrition challenge. Here's what it includes. And if we're not running a nutrition challenge and we're wanting people to sign up for individual coaching, they need to know what your individual coaching program is, what are the benefits, and how does someone get started. Simple, super effective. Okay, so we're going to start marketing our nutrition challenge 6 weeks prior. You want to have email content. You want to make sure that you're having informal conversations. We have a 3-2-1 rule for HSN mentoring, 3 informal conversations per week for a gym owner at least. But for challenges, you want to have more than that. We set a goal of 10 informal conversations per week, and you'll get to your sign up goal. Now, informal conversations are key. We also want to be providing value to clients. So these are things like sharing recipes, sharing simple tips. If you're unsure of what type of tips to share, go to Instagram and follow Healthy Steps Nutrition or follow me, type in Nicole Acoin, HSN, and you can find me and you'll see some simple tips that I share on my personal page, which is also really important. As a gym owner, people need to see you as not just a gym owner, but really you're a holistic health coaching program. So you need to be talking about not just fitness, even if you're not doing nutrition coaching, you need to talk about the full picture that you are offering to your community through your coaching program. So we want to be talking about on social media, informal conversations. And these informal conversations, let me just sidebar here. Informal conversations don't necessarily have to be just with your members. I'm sure if you took a pause right now, you could think of people, friends, family members, coworkers, people in your community who have said something to you along the lines of they're struggling with their weight or they're struggling with energy or they just feel like they feel like they're in a rut. Those people could be great people to join your nutrition program, your nutrition challenge. We have Jason, my husband, and I go to this Italian restaurant regularly, and we've become friends with the bartender. And he knew what we did. And every time we would go in, he would talk to me about nutrition and ask me questions. And finally, one time I was like, Steve, you should just really sign up for our nutrition coaching program. We have a family nutrition coaching program. I think it would be perfect for you and your wife and your kids to jump on board. Like, let us be your guide and help you instead of you trying to flounder and figure it out on your own. And I gave him the information. I sent him a message. I was like, here's the link to book a discovery call. We talk about the details and get you guys enrolled. Sure enough, a few weeks later, he ends up booking a discovery call, signing up for nutrition coaching. They've been with us for over a year doing nutrition coaching. They've never done any fitness classes with us. They actually have a gym membership somewhere else, and that's completely okay. I don't need them to come to our gym for us to be able to help them. And in fact, the wife retested her blood markers, her cholesterol level, and it went down by 43 points. And what she changed was her nutrition through a habit-based coaching program, not through medications, through a simple habit-based coaching program that focuses on whole foods first and really prioritizing balance, pairing protein, carbs, and fats together. Simple, not easy. Okay. So that was our little sidebar. I'm sure you can think of people, neighbors, people you go on walks with, whatever, that are outside of your gym fitness community. And you need to be confident in the value that you're providing because you truly, if I would have never told Steve and said, hey, you really should do our coaching program, they probably wouldn't have got the support that they needed to actually make the meaningful change. And his wife might not have been able to lower her cholesterol on her own. She might be on medications now. But she's super happy because she was able to do it on her own through lifestyle changes. So be confident in the value that you're providing. So think about members and non-members, people in your community. And I think that's another reason why you want to post on your personal page like simple tips. Because if people start and success stories, you got to post success stories. You got to post testimonials of people that are doing amazing in your coaching program so that other people that follow you know that you could help them too. And a challenge is a great way to kickstart your nutrition coaching program or nutrition coaching journey with you. Okay. So we've got our big picture, we've got our signups. In regards to goal, or marketing strategy, in regards to goal, how many people do you want to do your nutrition challenge? I like to work backwards. How much time is it going to take per person? And then figure out how much time do I have? And then figure out what is my cap. So with HSN, with our framework, either if you're a part of the mentoring or you're standalone doing just the nutrition challenge with us, it's about 1 hour per person total between the beginning appointment and the ending appointment. So we have a 20-minute meeting at the beginning, a 20-minute meeting at the end, and then we've got group engagement, and a lot of it is automated through the Healthy Steps Nutrition app, which fun fact, we've never allowed gym owners not in HSN mentoring to use the HSN app, and now we do for challenges, which is really cool. So if you know how much time, then you're going to look at your calendar. Okay, let's say I have the week leading up to the challenge. Hypothetically speaking, our challenge is starting September 22nd. The week leading up to the challenge, September 15th through the 19th, I have 10 hours, 15 hours. Let's say I have 15 hours that I can see people during that time. Maybe it's one day I'm going to do 5 hours and then I'm going to do 4 hours and then I'm going to do the rest on another day. Okay, great. So we have 15 hours that we can do. It's going to be about 30 minutes per person the week leading up. So if I have 15 hours per person, I could see between 28 and 30 people in that week leading up to the challenge. So my cap, if I'm the only one doing nutrition coaching, if I'm the only one seeing clients and running this nutrition challenge, I would set a cap of 30 people to do my nutrition challenge. If I had another coach that was doing it, then I would look at their schedule, how many people can they fit in, and then we would add our two numbers together. I like challenges with 20 to 30 people, with one person, very realistic. I don't like going like much lower than that. If we've got more people, then you could easily do 40, 50, 60 people. It really is dependent on how much time you have. Now, these individual meetings, there's a lot of questions that come out about this. I would strongly encourage you do these individual meetings in person. Why? Number one, it is easier for people to open up and connect with you in person. Number two, you want to do biometrics during this meeting. I've had a question yesterday on a training, and someone was like, well, what if we did biometrics, like have everyone do it before the kickoff seminar on Saturday? And I was like, listen, I've done that. We call it the conveyor belt. I wrote about it in the CrossFit Journal in 2017. It is the worst experience for you as a coach and a terrible experience for the people that are doing the challenge because they are waiting in a line and you're going to say, "Hey, come between 10 and 12," and everyone comes at 11:59 to get their scan done. So I would encourage you to have people do the scans during those in-person meetings. Do them in person over virtual, over Zoom, so that you can have the opportunity to connect with a person. Those individual meetings are key to converting people to ongoing coaching. If you don't do a good job during that individual, the initial meeting, you won't have a good conversion to ongoing coaching. It is like fundamental that you do a good job with that, which means you want to have meeting templates ready to go so that you can see and have a consistent flow for that initial meeting, especially if you have multiple coaches doing the nutrition challenge. So we've got our nutrition challenge, we've got the initial meetings. The next step is our kickoff seminar. This is like our pep rally, get everyone super excited. Yesterday, I talked about something that is really fun that I'd recommend that you do. We do this at live events all the time, a rock, paper, scissors game. And here's the deal. Have everyone grab a partner, rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and have them do best out of three. And then if they lose, let's say you and I were playing and I lose, I am now your cheerleader. And I am like rooting for you as you are playing the winner, another winner who won the previous round. And within 5 minutes or less, you've got two people at the end in two big groups cheering for each other. And you can relate this to how you guys are going to show up for each other in the group chat and cheer each other on, because it is so much more fun if people are cheering each other on and you've created this community. So a fun way for us to get the energy up high at the start, because at the end of the day, you want your kickoff seminar to be fun for people because people remember how they feel, not necessarily everything that you said, and you want to people to leave with like the empowerment that I can do this. And this is going to be simple, maybe not easy, but it's going to be simple for me to really kickstart my journey to health. So I'd encourage you, if you've never done it before, do the rock, paper, scissor game. Super fun. Maybe practice with your staff first so that you've got your like lingo down, but it is really fun. In fact, we have some pictures from events that we've done it at before, and I'll put them in the link to the show notes so you could just see what it looks like. It is super fun. Okay, so we've got the kickoff seminar. In that kickoff seminar, you're talking to people about what are you doing in this challenge and how they're going to communicate with each other. And this is something that you want to think about for your nutrition challenge because you want it to be kind of all in one place. And we've done nutrition challenges and we've had partners with other companies in the past for people that weren't a part of HSN mentoring to run a challenge through their platform because we didn't allow people to use the HSN app. And as we reflected on that, I realized that we're doing a disservice to gyms that were using our framework, but not using the Healthy Steps Nutrition app because you really want it all in one place. And what we look at for the nutrition challenge is we want a place for people to track habits. So check off the things that they're doing. And we look at 4 pillars: nutrition, sleep, mindset, and movement. And then we want there to be a way for them to communicate with each other. So like a group feature. We want there to be some education so that that kickoff seminar doesn't feel like a fire hose of information. So we build daily videos focusing on nutrition, sleep, mindset, movement, health, healthy recipes. Simple, short videos, all professionally done by our dietitian staff. And then we also have a challenge leaderboard. So the leaderboard is a way for people who are tracking habits. You can see the person that's the most consistent with the habits is at the top of the leaderboard, and the person that's the least consistent is at the bottom of the leaderboard. So as a coach, I'm looking at, all right, who's killing it? Awesome. We're gonna like high five those people, and then who is not as consistent, we're going to try to have a conversation with those people when we see them in person, send them a message and find out like, hey, what's going on? Why are you not what's happening? What are the barriers so that we can help you get back on track so that next week we can be reinvigorated and get back on track for this nutrition challenge. So we want challenge leaderboard. I would recommend that you pick winners based on consistency, engagement, not based on like the biggest loser. And if you are incorporating like the actual results, which is fine, you would want to do it on percentages, not the actual numbers. Because if I didn't have as much weight to lose as someone else, but I lost a bigger percentage of my body fat or even weight loss, then I would want a, chance to win. I like to do winners, weekly winners, so small little prizes every single week. So this is something that you can work on now. We've got about a month before we're starting to promote our nutrition challenge to get people signed up for it. I'd be looking for sponsors, local sponsors who can sponsor a week of your nutrition challenge. Maybe it's a coffee shop. Maybe it is a local restaurant. Maybe it's a massage therapist, a car dealership, whatever the case may be. I mean, gym owners ask me sometimes, like, is a car dealership okay? Like, or like a car cleaning place okay? Yeah, I think that's great. I'd love to have my car cleaned. My car's dirty right now. I'd love to have it cleaned. So I don't think it necessarily has to be in the fitness space. Maybe you go through your member list and see like who owns or manages a business that already loves and trusts you. And the benefit for you is that they're going to give you something that you can give away. The benefit for them is they're going to get exposure. You're going to put their logo on your promotional information. You're going to highlight them the week that they're sponsoring the challenge. You're going to highlight them within the people that you are doing the challenge as well in the group feature. So if there's a benefit for them. $25 is not a big deal. How much do people spend on Facebook advertising? And this is already an engaged audience that loves and trusts you. And if you're saying like, hey, this is an awesome restaurant, you should definitely try it, then most likely people are going to try it. So look for local sponsors. One pro tip that we talk about often is what I like to do at the end of the challenge, let everyone be a winner and ask them, hey, can you leave me a review that talks about how our coaching program addressing nutrition, fitness, and accountability has helped you reach your health and wellness goals? How has our nutrition, fitness, and accountability program helped you reach your health and wellness goals? Now, this isn't just for the nutrition challenge. This is so that you get more Google reviews that say nutrition, health, and accountability. Because if you want to grow a health focused coaching program, you need Google reviews that say that. And this is an easy way that you can get Google reviews. What a lot of gyms do is they'll make like custom junk bands, or we're going into fall. So if you're anywhere but where I am in South Florida, this would not work for us. If you're in a place that gets a little bit cold, maybe do some really cool beanies. I've always wanted to do that, but we are not in a cold place. So we would never wear a beanie down here unless I was going skiing. But if you're at a place that has wears beanies, that could be a cool thing. As it gets colder, people might wear that, and you can get a cool custom branded beanie. Something worth 10 to $15 is what I would recommend. You want these Google reviews so that more of your Google reviews say nutrition. And if you already left me a Google review, I would say, hey, Johnny, don't worry, you can always go update your Google review and then we'll still give you the beanie. We're so thankful that you're sharing your story with us, or sharing your story on Google. So send them the link to leave you a Google review. Simple tip, super effective to get Google reviews. The next thing is if you have multiple coaches. So some logistics. If I sign up for a nutrition challenge and you have multiple coaches doing the like running the nutrition challenge, I should be assigned to one person. So I'm not meeting with Coach Bob and then Coach Martha for my initial and my ending meeting, or the follow-up meeting. I am meeting with Coach Bob for both meetings so that he understands where I'm at and I'm not starting over from zero. Conversion is really important, that the coach is meeting with the same person, and we're going to retest biometrics. You need a meeting flow and a template for this. You need to be really confident with what happens on that next step, and that next step should be starting the ongoing individual coaching program immediately, and then you're building their individual coaching plan from there. So simple, super effective. Membership for nutrition coaching is what we recommend. You don't want to start at 0 clients every month. I was actually just talking to a coach yesterday, and they've been running nutrition programs for a while and recently came on board with HSN. And she's like, man, I am just so excited for us to build this monthly membership for nutrition coaching, because we have people come in occasionally and I end up following up with them and they're not paying for it. They end up asking me questions. I'm providing support, but they're not paying for it because they don't have a follow-up scheduled for like 2 or 3 months, versus like having a standard time where people are coming in every single month and you've built in the time that you're spending for accountability and support through a membership model. And in a gym setting, people are already used to paying a gym membership, and this is their nutrition coaching membership. So think about big picture. What do you want people to do? And if your goal is to build an ongoing coaching membership, you want to make sure that you talk about that from the very beginning. Now, when gyms follow the framework that we've built out, when they use the meeting templates, when they use everything, we would expect a 50% conversion to ongoing coaching. Now, if you have 30 people joining your nutrition challenge, 15 people moving into ongoing coaching, that's a really good base. And then from there, you're highlighting those 15 people and you're building a new funnel for new members to get started with nutrition, fitness, and accountability. Big picture, thinking about, all right, we're halfway through the 2025. If your goal was to really dial in a nutrition coaching program this year and you're still kind of where you were in January, this could be a really good kickstart for you to have a program by the end of the year with success stories so that you're going into 2026 with a solid professional nutrition coaching program. Now, I think one of the best ways to launch an individual coaching program is with a challenge kickstart. Get some momentum, get a good amount of people converted to ongoing coaching, and build your individual coaching base from there. But now is the time to figure that out. Don't wait till the last minute, because if you throw it together, it's not going to be good. You're going to be rushed and you're not going to have a great experience. So when you think about building a nutrition challenge, this is the first impression for your coaching program. You don't want to screw it up. So, you know, practice, make sure that if you're not the one running it, you're the first person that's going through it so that you can make sure that the experience is what you're expecting to be delivered for your business name if you're a gym owner. And if you have any questions about nutrition challenges, you are welcome to send me a message. Send me a message on Instagram and I'm happy to answer them. I think this is the really one of the best times to launch a nutrition program in the fall. And I think that this is such an incredible opportunity because you're going to help people understand how to address the other 23 hours of the day if you build your challenge appropriately. So I talked about this a minute ago, but you want it to address nutrition and sleep and mindset and movement. All four pillars are vital for health and longevity and preventing and reversing chronic disease. So don't give someone a super restrictive diet. Don't just give them macros. That's not what we're looking for. We want it to be simple. I can't stand when gym owner, not, let me backtrack. When we started Healthy Steps Nutrition, I used to give people a meal plan. I would sit down with them, make them a meal plan, like, here you go. And what I realized is I lived in a bubble, and what I was giving them was too many steps for them to change. And it was too overwhelming. They didn't actually do it. And then what would happen is they felt like they had to follow a piece of paper to be successful. It didn't last very long. And the reason is because it didn't work. Could people see results by following a meal plan? Absolutely. But at this point, ChatGPT can come up with macros in a meal plan. That's not the value of your coaching program. Your value is meeting clients, keeping it simple, accountability and follow up. And it's group accountability, group support, and a challenge, but individual coaching is really where the magic happens. So I would look at your nutrition challenge. Keep it so simple. Maybe the first week you're just starting off with adding in more vegetables, prioritizing protein week 2, hydration, like keep it simple and then have habits. Check it off if you did. And you can even have people for individual coaching. This is what we'd recommend them doing. Take photos of their meals. You don't need to track every single thing. We've helped many people lose 100 pounds without counting every single macro that they have. You don't have to count every single thing to see really good results. You can do this with as simple as following the plate method and prioritizing mindset and support, having a good support system and sleep and movement, incorporating strength training. All of these things are going to help your clients become the best and healthiest versions of themselves. And I can promise you they're not getting this support in the traditional healthcare system when they go to the doctor. This isn't what they're learning. Doctors don't learn all of this preventative information. Even me going to school as a dietitian, like I didn't learn this stuff. I learned how to manage disease like cancer and pancreatitis and kidney disease. I didn't learn how to help people live optimally and create healthy habits and the behavior change side of it as much as what is incorporated in this program. I definitely did not learn anything about how sleep impacts your food cravings and your blood sugar and how strength training is so important for all of these aspects for health and longevity. And this is the gift that you get to give your community to really make a huge, meaningful impact. So super excited if you've gotten to this point with the podcast. I hope this was super helpful for you, gave you a big picture. And if you want more information, if you want a turnkey solution to build a nutrition challenge, we do have the Healthy Steps Nutrition Challenge Intensive. It is a virtual training, takes 7 hours. There's 3 mentoring calls during that time where you're going through some modules and we're helping you dial it in, and then you get access to the app to deliver it. So it will save you so much time. I'd strongly encourage that you get through the training by the end of July, beginning of August, if you're planning to launch a fall challenge, so that you have everything ready to go and you're not feeling rushed at all. But if you're wanting to do it on your own, good luck. I'm super excited. Please report back. Let me know how it goes. You can follow me on Instagram, Nicole_RD_HSN, and I'll put those links in the show notes. And we're excited for you to help your members kickstart their journey to health and potentially other people in the community. Make sure that if you thought this was helpful, subscribe and check in next week for the next episode.